welcome back again. What a week it's been, eh? Yeah, come back from Weymouth on Friday, 5-hour traffic jam as you saw in the vlog, and going to the weekend, Saturday, okay, Sunday, most of the day, absolutely fine. Then around 5:15, we sat down for tea. Ben had his tea in here on the sofa, and then where I'm sitting right now, he went into a not a tonic-clonic seizure, and it shocked the hell out of me this time because it looked like he was panicking.
He was panicking.
You could tell he was panicking. He was like
scary with
he was
time.
wondering. You could tell, he was panicking, but he was going.
He was. I think this time, bless him, he was fully aware. Obviously, I do know they do say about they don't know when the seizur's coming, but not being nasty. But I think Ben knew something was up this time, didn't he? He really did. Bless him with his reaction and things like that. So
we had a few issues while we was away in Weymouth. The Monday night we were there, he absolutely started slapping his head so bad, and even with his helmet, he was slapping that about as hard as he would his own face, and he just kept going on and on and on, and it took him till about 2:30 in the morning before he gave in and fell asleep. It's just, once that problem starts, you just cannot stop it.
No, I think that day he was up for almost 24 hours, wasn't he, without
he
any
woke
sleep.
up at 4:30, didn't he?
He woke up 4:30 on the Sunday morning and then go to sleep till there. So anyway, basically, just want to say a big thank you for your love and support and things like that. Obviously, again, wasn't expecting it because like seeing this, we had a lovely week down in Weymouth. He really had a real lovely time.
See, Thursday last week, he absolutely loved that, and swimming as well. I couldn't believe how happy he was, and then all of a sudden it looked like something just went in his head, and all of a sudden he just went like this over his face. And basically, I don't know if it's like some sort of absent seizure. All of a sudden, the swimming pool just started doing this.
So we just got him up the pool quickly, didn't we?
Yeah, and I was saying to Cheryl, being stuck in the traffic jam and all that, what would have happened if it done it there? Especially, not being nasty, there wasn't really much space in that car, especially when you had all that other stuff around you.
No way. And also, so especially when we was getting out, there's not being nasty, there's nowhere to pull in anyway, would there either? Touch wood, it never happened to us, it happened at home. Again, I can't fault the staff at the A&E Children's Ward at Banbury. They are amazing, aren't they? They're really, really great with him and things like that. But anyway, what happened was, obviously, last week he had to see it at 5:15. It was 50 seconds of what we saw, but the hospital reckon it went on for at least 3 minutes, didn't they? Because basically he was out of it from 5:15 Sunday afternoon right through till 7 o'clock Monday morning. So they're saying they are definitely saying it could have been 4 minutes plus. Thing is, we would have known we could use his backhaul, because obviously with his backhaul it's anything over 5 minutes, isn't it? But bless him, he was actually sick as well.
Can't leave him alone.
You just can't.
Just can't leave him alone at all. Cheryl had to stay with him on Sunday night. I had to basically bring my butt home on early hours of Monday morning, which was very annoying because I wanted to stay with him.
Because obviously, because Ben's
but I've got to realise Sammy's here as well, and that he needs someone to be here for him. And basically I went back next morning. He was up when I got there, and then automatically fell back to sleep again, didn't he? He just went for a kip.
Bless him. But I tell you what though, guys, over the last few days it's been very, very stressful, but Ben's just took it with a pinch of salt. Bless him, he needs a bit of a break, but he's done so well, obviously, because the Monday he let them do a CT scan, which
that was in the afternoon.
That was Monday afternoon, absolutely fine, no issues. And then Tuesday, Monday night, because obviously the CT scan was clear, which was amazing, because obviously because it was doing that, you don't know if he's had any damage to his brain or nothing like that. But no, it's great because it showed no bleeds, no water on the brain, because that was another question. The question wasn't whether he had water on the brain because he's got a large head. Didn't show no tumours, didn't even show no damaged brain cells and stuff like that, because sometimes people with epilepsy, when they have seizures, it can damage the brain cells in the brain, which I didn't know that. And so that obviously clears, that was great. So we was allowed home on the Monday, but not officially discharged from the hospital, was we? Because it's got like a bed or something, isn't it? Was it a bed pass or something, isn't it? Something like that, where you still got access, but then if you needed them straight away, but they say it was absolutely fine. I know that Ben was bored, wasn't he? He was basically, you know, when Ben's happy, he gets up, he can't keep him still. He wanted to get out because normally he used to go down to the playroom, play with the toys and things down there. Obviously, with COVID still being around, they like to do that. So anyway, and then we come home Monday night, absolutely fine. And then I was at about 8:30 Tuesday morning. It was about 8:30.
Yeah, we left for Oxford, didn't we?
Yeah, we had the phone call from neurology department at Oxford. Oh, can you then come from the EEG at 11 o'clock? We said, yeah, that's absolutely fine. I tell you what, there's no traffic on the road. You really expect it to be.
No traffic until you turn the corner for the JR.
Oh,
and it just backed up and backed up and backed up. I was going round and round and round for nearly an hour trying to find somewhere to park. So Cheryl and Ben, she just got out, took him up for his appointment, and I just sat there waiting to park in one of the disabled bays for him. And basically as soon as I got in, that was about 11:15, so it took an hour and 15 minutes. And then got up there, they seem to be struggling with all the things on their head.
Well, the electrodes, yeah, they're not the nicest things on your head, are they?
He successfully done it once I got there, guys. He fell asleep during it as well, which did help.
Yes, they wanted you to fall asleep as well, didn't they? And they also wanted to see you like waking up asleep. It just happened to be my mobile phone rang up. It wasn't at the wrong time, but they said it was good because he opened his eyes and went back to sleep, which they wanted, didn't they?
Yeah, and thankfully the EEG is showing everything's fine, basically, isn't it?
It is.
Barring some calcium duct thing they said about on top of the head or something like that.
But Ben's paediatrician said it's quite normal in some people, isn't it? Especially people who've got autism, something to do with the brain works or something like that. Obviously, they're keeping an eye on it, aren't they? Make sure it doesn't develop into anything else.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
So they're trying to find out what is causing his seizures, and from all the stuff they've taken, CT scan, EEG, is basically saying he shouldn't be having seizures, should he, Cheryl?
No, because
they're coming from somewhere else, basically.
It is, and again, it's looking down like it's magnesium levels. But get this, we was told on Wednesday, bless him, because he had to go for another blood test. He's not got much blood left. Wake it's having to have all these blood tests and things like that.
Done well. You got it done again.
He does so well.
Still waiting on the result of this one. This one's basically for everything, guys.
Anything and everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just took everything in his stride. The thing is, again, 6 months ago, he wouldn't let no one near him. You know what I mean? He had to go through a CT scanner to do all the electrodes, to have his blood taken and things like that. Again, it's, I don't know, I just feel so proud of him. For handling it, the way he's handled it this time, but then he needs a break. It's not fair on him to keep suffering this all the time. It's not fair on us. It's not fair on Sammy, you know what I mean? But it does be nice to have some good news for once, you know?
Now he's on zinc supplements to take with his magnesium. So he's on a new epilepsy medication, which is going to be starting off low, which is gradually going to increase over the course of time. And hopefully they're trying to take him off his old one and bring him onto this new one, which has got less side effects.
Yeah, isn't it?
And
obviously with his other...
hopefully when he has the various blood tests now, his magnesium levels are going to start to rise, and maybe they're worried that's why he's been doing this.
It is, isn't it? Obviously the neurologist at Oxford, the top neurologist, wasn't it? They wanted to see this and stuff like that.
We're going to send some videos to them to what he's been doing, and hopefully we're going to find out in the course of the next few weeks what is the problem.
Is that because even though the intensive support team kept saying, oh, it's behaviour, it's his autism, the neurologist said no, that is definitely not behaviour, it's his way of medically telling us something is wrong. And again, with low magnesium levels, it does affect the chemicals in the brain, hence this is the reason why I think low magnesium levels can cause the seizures, can't they? Yeah. So we're just going through some investigations at the minute and to find out why he's got low magnesium levels. Is obviously his body's not absorbing it, is it?
No.
So this is to find out, well, obviously...
Especially being told that he's had this magnesium issue since 2014, and that's when he had that big seizure which put him into the JR, into the ICU, which is very annoying that no one ever said anything about it.
No, did we say thanks, obviously, I know it's not thanks and it's not nice to have a seizure, but it's saying because when he recently had his first seizure from 5 years back in March, they'd done all these blood tests and found his magnesium levels are low. So what they're suggesting probably was, apparently with magnesium, your body can take it low for a certain amount of time, and after that it can't. And we're also told this is why he's probably craving the carbohydrates or the naughty things, because obviously the energy, that's why he's like craving the energy, and him getting the carbohydrates to help with the energy. So,
so he's since he's been back. He's gone back to school yesterday. He's been home, been going out on his trampoline, jumping away, and touch wood, guys, we haven't seen no more of this at the moment.
But we've had been told them, any sign of this, we won't get back on the phone straight away. So
yeah, he's had a hell of a snotty cold on him though.
He has.
Yeah, I don't know if it's hay fever, but he's got, you know, runny nose and all that.
He has had a COVID test done for the They done that, didn't they, Sunday night in the hospital?
Yeah, he
that
did
was
not like
fun.
that shoved up his nose.
He did not like that. So that's all come back clear, which is great. So
anyway, guys, Ben is, what can I say? He's okay again.
It's okay for now.
But I can't really say things are great, perfect at the moment until, you know, life marches on a bit more.
I won't put my mind at rest, not until we know his magnesium levels are back to where they should be and we find out why. So we're also going for the test at the minute. He's got a scan booked for his tummy for, I think it's next week or the week after. I'm not too quite sure for definite on that, but they marked it as urgent, haven't they? Because they want to test out what's wrong. But it's actually nice to know in one way that these medical people at the Horton are actually believing us when saying issues with medical, and even they're annoyed it's gone on for so long. Ben's issues with his tummy and things like that. We kept saying, no, Ben's got issues with his tummy, and of course the intensive support team kept saying to us, oh no, it's his behaviour, it's autism, when it clearly well isn't. But like I said, the staff again at the Horton were amazing with him, weren't they?
Yeah.
Obviously he needs to go back into the hospital because, bless him, when Ben has a seizure, his oxygen levels drop so quickly, don't they? Which is quite horrible. See him with the oxygen and things like that. But it's amazing how quickly he bounces back, isn't it?
Yeah. So he's got 5 lots of medication. Seven.
He's on 7 lots of medication. 7 lots of medication to take daily.
More than twice a day, some of it.
There's only one of them, which is this. No, there's vitamin D. There's no medication he has to take once a day. All the rest is 3-4 times a day. So in the kitchen, I've got like a little schedule, haven't I? Then the date, the time, he takes this and takes that. But
just imagine being in our shoes of having to initiate all that medication all the time. It's just, you know, if you get one, you know, you're going to have to make sure you make it up next, and so on and so on and so on.
But not only that, with his medication, you can't mix it. That makes sense. You've got to allow times to get it done, especially with his seizure medication. You have to have an hour beforehand. So before Ben goes to school in the morning, he has to have at least 4 different types of medication. And bless him, that was getting wise to the zinc, isn't he? He does not like that zinc tablets.
If it makes him feel better, then
exactly. So anyway, guys, I thought I'd just give you in the loop what's going on. So just want to say thank you for your lovely comments.
Okay, guys. So we'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m, which will be Sunday. Yeah.
Will it be Sunday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah. This is for 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, so it will be, So we've either Saturday or Sunday, because...
So what you're seeing this now will be 5 p.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah, it will be 5 p.m, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then we'll start recording Saturday for Sunday.
Exactly. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for your lovely support and all your comments.
Like, comment, subscribe, and usual thing, and we'll see you tomorrow at 5.
Right, bye guys.